Yo yo yo, Mystical Flying Polygrams here, back here once again today to show you my art for VHS and DVD collection. I'm going to show you all of my a large amount of VHS tapes and only a few of the DVDs of the long running PBS Kids series based on the books by Mark Brown. And the series and Arthur is now entering its 23rd season as we speak. And I'm going to show you all my VHS tapes, a lot of them, including the spin-off from Postcards from Buster, and only a few of my DVDs I have. So here we go, starting off with Arthur's Eyes. Next we have Our First Baby. I've had this tape for a really long time. I've had it since my childhood. Yeah, I had this tape for a really long time. I've had it since my childhood. Next we have Arthur Makes the Team. Arthur's Chicken Pox. Arthur's Tooth. Some of these are missing the lid. Arthur's Family Vacation. Arthur's Pet Business. Arthur's First Sleepover. Arthur's New Puppy. Arthur's Lost Library Book. This is one of the two that comes in a library case. Arthur's Treasure Hunt. Arthur Gets Lost. Our first birthday. DW's Blanky. DW the Picky Eater. These next two tapes are from Reader's Digest Young Families. Arthur Goes to School. July 3rd, 2002. Arthur helps his animal friends. July 2nd, 2002. Arthur Goes to Hollywood. Arthur, the music video. DW and the Crazy Bus song is actually called Play It Again, DW. Arthur's Famous Friends. Arthur's Scary Stories. Arthur's Storybook. This other one comes in a library case. Arthur's Mystery Files. Arthur Goes to the Doctor. The 33rd week of 2001. Yeah, these Arthur tapes, They did not have any year and week codes up until the 2000s. Our first best school days. The 48th week of 2001. Arthur goes on a field trip. The 50th week of 2001. Arthur makes a movie. The 51st week of 2001. Arthur gets spooked. This one doesn't have a. This one does not have a lid as well. The 33rd week of 2003, and this is one of the few Arthur's tapes that have black reels. Arthur's best friends. '18th week of 2003. Arthur, the good sport. The 25th week of 2002. Arthur's Great Summer. The 20th week of 2002. This one does not have its case, but this one's Arthur's Tasty Treats. The 21st week of 2003. Arthur cracks the case. Thirty-fourth week of 2003. This is my most recent. Arthur's School of Hard Knocks. This is my most recent one I picked up. At one point a long time ago, I did come across Arthur Snow Day, but at the time I came across it, I wasn't really into Arthur at the time, but now I ultimately regret not picking it up. I mean, Arthur Snow Day would have been a great addition to my collection, but I wasn't in the mood for Arthur, but it's gone now, but I hope I could find another one, and several other Arthur tapes I don't have sometime soon. The first week of 2005. Yeah, I hope I could come across another copy of Arthur Snow Day, and maybe some other more Arthur tapes I don't have, like Arthur's Money Matters sometime soon. Arthur's Terrible Teasers. Yeah, again, I did come across Arthur Snow Day at one point, but at that time, I wasn't really into Arthur, but now I ultimately regret not picking it up. I mean, Arthur Snow Day would have been a great addition to my collection. 37th week of 2004. This next one actually has the wrong tape inside. This one's Our First Double Dare. Well, this one, the case says this one's Our First Double Dare, but inside this one's actually this one actually contains DW Figs Big. The 17th week of 2004. I hope I can come across the actual Our First Double Dare tape sometime soon. Our First Music Medley. The 39th week of 2004. Now for the 3 postcards from Buster tapes I have. These, the spin-off of Arthur, focusing on Buster Baxter. These are the 3 of the 4 postcards from Buster tapes released by Paramount. The only one I don't have is Buster's World of Sports. Here's Buster's Outdoor Journeys. These were released by Paramount. All of the Arthur tapes were released by Random House and Sony Wonder, and postcards from Buster tapes were released by Paramount. September 5th, 2005. Buster's Got the Beat. September 6, 2005. Buster's Buddies. November 7th, 2005. Okay, now it's time for the Arthur tapes in the clamshell cases. Starting off with Arthur's Perfect Christmas. Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll, starring the Backstreet Boys. The 35th week of 2002. Arthur's Celebration. The 35th week of 2001. This next tape is rare, and I'm proud to have. I know the Video Lover 2 also recently acquired this tape, and this one's Arthur Family Feature, starring Arthur and Friends. 3 complete videos on 1 tape. This is I believe this tape is really rare, and I'm proud to have it. I got really lucky when I found this tape at Goodwill many years ago. I'm so lucky to have this tape. I'm so lucky to find it at Goodwill many years ago. The 32nd week of 2001. Oh yeah, I'm glad to find this Arthur Family Feature tape at Goodwill many years ago. I found it at Goodwill probably back around 2011. Yeah, I found it at Goodwill in 2011, and I'm so glad to have this. And this next tape is one of those personalized Kittyos tape. This one is Arthur's New Friend. No, this particular one by the original owners is starring Keaton. It's one of those personalized tapes where you have you send a picture of your child and they crop it into to make your child appear in these videos. I know I also have My Party with Barney. I also have My Party with Barney. We have Keaton starring in Arthur's New Friend. One of those personalized tape released by Kideo back in the day. I also have My Party with Barney, which I'll probably show you when I get to my Barney VHS DVD collection system. And now for only the 4 DVDs I have. The 4 DVDs I have, starting off with Arthur's Teacher Trouble. Some of the Arthur DVDs released by Sony Wonder are really some of the Arthur DVDs released by Sony Wonder are some of them are really rare to find these days. Some of them include Arthur's Big Hits. The DVD of Arthur's Big Hits is one of the few Arthur DVDs that are really rare to find. Arthur Writes a Story. Just to be sure. Next we have, this is one of the few Arthur DVDs that were released by Our Time, Arthur's Family Ties. I think this is one of the 3 Arthur DVDs that were released by Our Time Family Entertainment, which I think Our Time was a division of Funimation, so this is one of the 3 Arthur DVDs that were released by Our Time, which is, I think it was a division of Our Time, I think was the family division of Funimation. Yeah, Our Time was I think was a division of, yeah, it was a division of Funimation. And last but not least, and last to very least, is my the one DVD released by PBS. We have Arthur's Travel Adventures. And that pretty much does it for my Arthur VHS and DVD collection. And this series is still going long to this day. Now, as I speak, the series is now entering its 23rd season. So yeah, I really hope to find more Arthur tapes sometime soon, including the one I regret not picking up when I found it, Arthur Snow Day, and probably some more sometime. Like Arthur Saves the Day, and Arthur's Pet Follies, and Arthur's Money Matters, and Arthur's Double Dare, the actual tape. And I don't know if I could find some of the DVD ones, like Arthur's Nerves of Steel. So yeah, and yeah, I think that Arthur DVD along with Arthur's Big Hits is one of the really rare Arthur DVDs they made. So yeah, well, that pretty much does it for my Arthur VHS and DVD collection. This is Mystical Flying Polygram, aka Mr. Polygram, signing off for now, and what a wonderful kind of day. Hey, wait, there's more. As a bonus, here are my 2 Arthur albums that I really loved in my childhood that I forgot, as it's showing you as a bonus. Here we have Arthur and Friends, the first Almost Real Not Live CD or tape. This is their 2 of the 3 Arthur albums. I used to have the cassette tape version of this one. A long time I used to have the cassette tape version of Arthur and Friends' first Almost Real Not Live CD. Or I used to have the tape version of this, but it got lost. So now I have the CD. And we have Arthur's Really Rockin' Music Mix. Yeah, there was one other Arthur album. There was Arthur's Perfect Christmas, but I never really cared for that one. So yeah, that does it for all my Arthur VHS tapes, DVDs, and my 2 music CDs. So yeah, that's it for all my Arthur VHS DVD and my music CDs. I still might get Arthur's Perfect Christmas CD if I could find one. So yeah, this is Mystical Flying Polygraph, aka Mr. Polygraph, shutting off now. It's been a wonderful kind of day. Hey!